Alright, sorry about that, everybody. Okay. Okay. So yeah, sorry about that. I'm not entirely sure what happened to the stream for a second, but we are back now. For those who are just coming in, we are playing XCOM just as a palate cleanser. So the Jedi Fallen Order we're gonna pick up next time. So XCOM, for those who don't know, is a game where aliens try to invade. In this particular game specifically, they won and they subjugated us. We're kind of like the lower class to them, so to speak. And we are trying to fight back, try to get our freedom, get them off our planet. It is a turn-based game, and it is a game where we make our own characters, and it is a game that does have permadeath. So that means if a character dies in the middle of a mission, we won't see them for the rest of the game. Right now I am working on one for my buddy of mine. He said okay to make him a character, and these can go quite in depth, because that's one thing that is prophesized with XCOM, especially the more recent entries. It's just there's a lot of character customization, and it can get pretty detailed to the point where like it even lets you okay, jam as much pink. Okay, so, and one of the things with this game in particular is we can actually save, well, I believe it might have been in the last iteration too, but in this game, I know for certain, you can save a character pool, so you can access that and just keep using the same characters repeatedly through different playthroughs. So part of the appeal here, like I said, is, so we're gonna do rookie because I just want to play the game. We're not gonna do that. We're not gonna do that. I'm gonna leave those alone. So there is a little bit of a intro cinematic that I'm gonna let play out here.
You seeing this? Way too much security, even for Advent.
That's no ordinary gene therapy clinic. They were telling the truth.
Or they're leading us into a trap. A really obvious trap. We'd need an army to march in there right now.
I've got a better idea. Outrider, this is Central. Go.
This is one of the standard troopers for the like policing force that the aliens made called Advent. Because even from the very earlier games, the yeah, they also speak their own language.
There's no need for any of this. I will do what you ask of me. I just need additional time. Did you say something? You're one of those. You must understand. I had no choice. Outrider, report.
Whack, go to sleep.
So, you do exist. Outrider to event.
That
I have visual
is us.
information.
We're the ones in the tube.
Reapers are always
That is our character.
I'll take your word for it.
So,
Cover your tracks and get the hell out of there.
so ever since the very first games and whatnot, there's always been
understood.
like a multinational organization that would fight off the aliens, and it was called, namely, XCOM. So in this game, XCOM is the secret rebellion.
Continues to build as city centers across the globe prepare for the 20th anniversary of Unification Day.
Thousands line up at the site of the Great Accord, celebrating the formation of the Advent Coalition.
Keeping with their promise to humanity.
As you can kind of see, it's a little bit of a little sub-themes of totalitarianism.
Despite the attempted attack by French elements, operations at the new facility in Paris thankfully remain unaffected.
In response to the unprovoked intrusion on the eve of our most beloved celebration, the speaker reaches out to us.
The speaker, who is a very shady guy.
Small number of dissidents again repeat the mistakes of the old world.
Striking as we celebrate a benevolent savior who time and again offers only friendship and compassion.
Yet these trivial actions could never bring
Don't pay attention to the scales on his neck. He's totally human, I swear.
Peacekeeping forces have already made several preemptive arrests of known collaborators. Advent again assures all citizens that today's celebrations will continue as planned.
Perfect.
So part of like the concepts of this game is like, and kind of even some of the earlier ones is, you, even though you're a multinational corporation, you still have a budget, you still have limited resources to deal with, and you have to manage that and try to fight off the aliens with said limited resources.
Prep gate crasher. 60 seconds.
Because in the earlier games, the reason that you would have limited is because it's dependent on how many countries are supporting the XCOM project. But if you did not assist them enough, they would drop out of the project, and you would lose funding, resources, etc. They would eventually, like, in a sort of way, turn towards supporting the aliens.
Signal received. Loud and clear. Okay, Gatecrasher. Your turn.
So, in this one, like I said, kind of sort of more so an underground resistance, trying to get humanity's freedom back. In this first mission, or in that cutscene, they were showing the lead into the tutorial, which we are going to be skipping, where we would rescue the person in the pod, which turns out to be us, which is the commander. Another thing to mention is I do have a couple of mods. So I have some of the Star Wars mods, and I also have what's called the Long War mod, which takes away some of the timed elements so that you can actually focus on the game itself. So right now we're in what's called concealment, so the enemy has no idea that we are here today. They have no idea that we even exist at this moment in time. They just know, they just know that there are rogue elements that like to cause trouble on occasion, but that's as far as they know. They don't really know much as far as an organized resistance. So, like I said, it's turn-based. It's kind of on a grid. You move square by square. So we're gonna... It's gonna be a little bit of a slow crawl at first here. I think we're actually gonna make him run a bit. So so as we can see, like on their turn, if they don't know, they just patrol. However, obviously, it would be different if they knew we were here, which they shall shortly. Part of it is, so like, let's see if it shows. Okay, so you have the little arrows here that shows how many actions you have. Movement takes an action. Under normal circumstances, shooting takes an action, but it will end the turn no matter what action it is, even if it's the first, etc. We're gonna move him here, and then we're gonna do what's called Overwatch. So he's going to hold his shooting action to provoke, so that anytime like we get in a firefight and something moves or does something, he will take a pot shot and try to hit somebody. What kind of makes this an actual strategy game rather than just, like a third-person shooter in a sense, is your shots aren't guaranteed. So if let's say I was like aiming at this guy here, depending on like where I'm at and other factors like my cover and his armor and all that, it would give me a percentage of how likely I am to hit that person. So a lot of it's a little bit of like taking risks here and there. So our objective is to neutralize all of these guys, and right where this little circle is pointing to, we're going to place a bomb to blow up this statue to show, hey, there is a resistance. We are still fighting. So we're going to do that. And I think we're going to have Commander Cody move here.
The Advent officers seem more capable than the grunts. We're not sure whether to chalk it up to training or...
So we are actually going to so I go to try to do the shot screen, so it pulls up. I have a 69% chance to hit this guy. Nice. And it even tells you like what you have working with you, what you have working against you, and stuff like that. And it also says, like with this little red eye here, that action's going to take us out of concealment. So once that happens, the party's going to start. Which, in this case, we're actually totally going to be okay with. Because everybody else is holding their action, waiting for this entire group of enemies to move, and everyone's just going to take pot shots like that, hopefully hit a lot of them. And he did not hit that 69%. It's a little bit of a goofy ragdoll, but that works, I guess. And he misses as well. I think we have one more Overwatch shot. Yeah, there we go. That's a little okay. Okay, so he's probably gonna move. Yeah, he's gonna move to flank me. So he's in cover. I'm not. That counts as a flank shot. However, he's trying to take a shot from me while I'm on an angle where I'm in cover, so that's not going to do very much. Okay, so he hit him. Okay, no. I want you to... Right, I did kill that other one. Okay. Okay, so this yellow icon, that just simply means that it's a flanking shot, so it's kind of a I can hit him better, but he can't hit me as well scenario. And that is a critical. That is also pretty good. Okay. So we are going to... So we're going to move him here. That way he's in cover against anyone that tries to do funny business. And all of our guys have one fragmentation grenade. So we're going to throw that here, because that will do 3 damage automatically. It's just within a certain radius. We just want to nail that for sure. We're going to move him up. Okay, so we have a good shot on him. It's 67%, which is less than the first shot that he tried and didn't get. But it's also a flanking shot. So we're gonna... Man, Cody is not having it today. We're gonna move Sean up here. Yeah, see, so the part of the, like, things that go against you is, like, the cover you're firing against. So, nope. So, we just had him die. We had Blue die. That's his code name. So, Blue, he's no longer in this run now. So, like, as you notice, whenever I go up to, like, a surface that I could take cover at, there's a shield there. If it's half full, it is considered half cover. It gives, I believe it's like a 25% bonus or something like that. And then the one that he's in, for example, is what's called full cover. It gives like a 50% bonus. Some cover is destructible, as we are about to find out. Some cover is not, as we see here. And just a lot of it kind of factors into everything here. Okay, redeem yourself, Cody. Thank you. Okay, we're gonna have Sean run to the objective since there's no other dudes to fight. We're going to do that, and that's going to complete our mission here.
Menace 1-5, rendezvous at the extraction point. Status confirmed. Squad is...
And that's our mission. Some missions are short and simple like that. Some are longer for sure. And anytime we get through a mission, it tells us like how many enemies we killed, how many we've had get hurt, how many died, and that kind of generally rates where we are as far as our status. Obviously that one was good because we had one fatality. Generally we try to not have as many. I mean, obviously you don't want to have any deaths, but okay. So one of the things you do is you get promoted. In this case, you get promoted into a class that specializes in something. So this is the specialist. He has a little robot that helps him out here. So he can give a little bit of aid here with the robot, and depending on which, because there's 2 branches for each class, depending on the branch, we can go a little bit more like medic style for him, or we could go more for like a hacker kind of deal. Let's see what Cody gets. Okay, so he got Ranger, which is someone who wields a shotgun, and he also has a sword, as we see. So his specialty is running up to people and just wrecking their face, like just doing as much damage as possible and getting just right into very dangerous situations to try to fix it. Then Fordo got heavy duty, so he's got a machine gun and a grenade launcher. So he has, I don't believe at this point it does more damage, but he has a wider range that he can launch the grenades at. So, and another thing in this is we do collect whatever is left over. In this case is corpses. Why do we get corpses? Isn't that kind of gross? Well, there's a reason to that. The reason is because we do research. And those are part of said research. Generally, anytime I play this game, I always go for modular weapons first, because once they start dropping things, you're just going to start making your weapons crazy real fast. Now we're going to our engineering department. While I'm here, I'm going to build a medkit, because medkits are very, very important. And since he's the specialist, he's the one who's going to get the medkit. That's not what I wanted. That's what I wanted. Yeah, that's not what I wanted.
I can see the allure of the Advent Therapy Clinic. A few minutes under the knife.
I'm just gonna edit a little bit of.
Too bad you need a chip to get in.
Okay, so all this is just changing what the actual guns look like. Okay. Okay. So, that in mind. So, this is our base. For those who don't know, I mean, obviously, for those who don't know, it's actually a giant experimental alien ship that we stole. So it's like a giant aircraft carrier that flies.
Commander, good to see you on your feet again. Welcome to the bridge, the nerve center of our operation. The aliens have our entire world in their grip. Advent controls everything. Government, communications, industry, not to mention the military. And it's on us to take it all back. Resources and time are tight, Commander. It'll be up to you to decide how to best use both. The ship is yours.
So obviously the reason he's calling us, oh, we're starting in America, North America, I should say. So as he mentioned, it's very limited, and we're commander. The reason we're commander is we initially were the deciding person who decided all of the important actions in XCOM before the aliens took over, so they naturally decided we are the best suit to do so, to get them off our planet. Because when we, air quotes, lost to the aliens, it was more so just a scenario of we got kidnapped or something in the similar vein, and they basically, the humans lost us, the great power that is us. So, but now that they have the great power of us again, then clearly that's the war winning factor is a person with a normal sized brain. Okay, so there's a few types of missions that we get. They're kind of somewhat random as far as when they pop up. It's like a somewhat of a timed event thing, so like after a certain amount of days will pass, it could happen. In this case, it did after, I think it was like 4 or 5 days, something like that. So in this particular mission, it's a guerrilla ops. In this case, we only have one because that's the only place we have access to. Though once we access more, it can go up to 3, regardless of how many more places we get outside of 2. So in this one, Operation Ironstorm, neutralize the field commander. So it's going to be kind of like one of those red guys, but he's colored yellow instead of red, and we have to get him before he escapes. It's an easy mission, which generally I don't go by this difficulty meter because what the game decides is easy or not is very subjective. And then there's always a reward. In this case, an engineer, which are very welcome. But again, as it's the only mission, we're going to accept it. Because again, if you just say no to that, then bad things could potentially happen. I have no idea who this guy is, but he's kind of sick. I'm going to give him that. I want to give him a different gun, just for the looks there. Alright, I think we're set. We've got our specialist with a med kit, and we got everybody suited up, so we're going to head out to the mission there.
Source in the Resistance has confirmed that a high-ranking Advent military officer will be moving through this area as part of a routine patrol. We have an opportunity here to completely disrupt Advent's command structure and delay their current operations. All we have to do is neutralize that officer.
Yeah, so one of the things is, like, generally a lot of these missions, they have like some sort of tactical reason for doing it. So like obviously we get rid of this, I believe they call him a field marshal or a general. If we get rid of him, then it can disrupt the military chain for a good while. Okay, so I think until we actually start coming across somebody, like we start seeing a group, we're gonna start booking it.
Go, go, go. Go, go, go.
as I mentioned before, we want Cody up in front as much as we possibly can. We're going to set up a couple people to guard the door there. And I think this guy is going to be the only one that's sneaking in. Okay, so this is actually our first alien. So, as Tygan kind of alluded to there, that was a sectoid. They are evolved versions of the sectoids from earlier generations, where they basically looked like your typical alien gray. They possess what's called psionic powers, so any kind of like mental abilities, things like that. And because of that, like they can, in the worst case scenario, they can just straight up take control of a unit of yours. So we're gonna proceed a little cautiously about this. So that's our guy there. That's the one we want to get rid of.
Identity confirmed. That's the general. Take him out before they can escape. We won't get another shot at this.
Okay. Okay. We're gonna move him here. And I'm gonna have him monitor. He can't move. And so he can't move either. Man, there is just no good angles here. Okay. We're going to take a shot at the generals. I don't believe we can hit him from this range very well with the shotgun, but it'll at least kick things off, and maybe somebody will get him. Ooh, that was actually a good hit. And that's it. Wow, that that was a little. I kind of maybe have over prepared for that one a little bit.
Menace 1-5, kill confirmed. That's how it's done. We need to clear the area of any remaining hostiles. We can't allow them to recover the general's body.
Yeah, generally sectoids have a little bit more health than advent troops. So one of the psionic abilities that a sectoid has is they can raise the dead. They're what's called a zombie zombie, so they're not like gonna get up and pick up a gun and start shooting again. They're just gonna waddle around and try to slap you. Ooh, that is unfortunate, but so one thing we do know with. So one thing to note with a sectoid, anything that it links its mind to other than your troops, if you kill it, it will kill the other thing that's linked. Ooh, and we get a goodie. We get an Illyrian core, which is basically space batteries. As I mentioned before, whenever we kill a sectoid, anything that's linked to that's not our dudes is generally going to have a bad day and stop living. It's going to unlive. Seriously, dude. He's on the other side of a bench and you can't hit him. Alright, just end this. One thing to note about this game is sometimes the ragdolls kind of look little funny. We're actually gonna have Sean run up there since he's got the med kit. We definitely don't want to lose people. All right, give him the good juice. Man, can you just imagine if we had something like that in real life where it's just like, man, I'm bleeding out, my guts are falling out. Here, we're just gonna spray some perfume and it's just gonna make you feel all better and everything's gonna go right back in like a vacuum. Okay. Just in case, I'm gonna have him cover the rear in this particular instance. We're gonna have him get to a more elevated spot here. Oh, they kind of walked into us after we set up, so they don't even get to do anything this turn other than move. I want to see what a grenade will do. Ooh, right there. That is right in the perfect spot there. Get both of them and maybe take out some cover. Okay. It's 49%. It's a long shot. But Greg Cook, this guy who just appeared out of nowhere, you could do it. You did hit him. But I need you to do it harder. I need you to hit him harder next time. Okay. Sean, take the shot? Sean took the shot. Alright. That's it. We've only had one wounded, and we...
It is with deep regret that I must inform you that the criminals among us who would dare...
So yeah, what was I gonna say? Man, I just like straight up lost train of thought mid-shot. So, for the heavy gunner, we could do more explosive, or in this case, we're gonna do shredder, which means if there's an armored enemy, it will take some of the armored portions off of them. I think with how necessary it is right now, since we have nobody else and we keep losing people, I think we're gonna go medical for Sean here. And then, Greg is a sharpshooter. So, a sharpshooter. I do want to fix something about him though, because there's one thing about his preset character part is bugging me a bit. But anyway, we're gonna get a word from the councilman, the original CEO of the XCOM project.
The council you once knew is no more. Its membership have all sworn loyalty to the Advent administration.
Yep, and he's kind of explaining what we have
It is good to
already
see
knew.
you again. In the days since your capture, I have done all I can to aid these resistance operatives that provided the intel leading to your recent extraction. As of now, resistance forces are currently somewhat disorganized. If we are to defeat
He's saying shit was fucked without y'all, but hey, you got a job again.
before it is too late. What you are seeing are classified reports of missing civilians from across the world. Their numbers are growing. We suspect they have been taken to a nearby Advent black site, though its exact location remains unknown. Time is short, Commander. We need you to take charge of resistance operations throughout the world. Establish contact with the local cells and bring them into the fold. Find this black site and shut it down. Save our world. The clock is ticking. Good luck, Commander.
Also, within the recent games, they got probably like the best choice they could have ever gotten. I don't even know who voices the councilman, but man, it's like butter. Okay. So we got several things happen here at the moment. We're gonna. So we're going to do that.
We should keep looking for more recruits, though. We'll need them to staff the facilities once they're built.
So we're gonna have that engineer start building something here.
But we'll need more engineers to clear up space for construction.
Engineers are basically like our ability to clear out these aliens debris segments here, and also to man positions in said areas. I wanted to fix the one thing with Greg the Greg the Canadian. Okay. So, I'm only changing one thing about it, and that's I'm putting the right visor rangefinder on him, because the one on it before was not actually straight up attached to his helmet. I think because he's more of an ARC trooper, we're gonna do that. Yeah, the councilman's voice is just fantastic. Okay, so we've got Greg the Canadian set up here. Alright, now we're gonna go... There wasn't anything... Oh, photos. No one ever looks at photos. Anyway, so we're gonna go back to the main map. It's gonna say, hey, people are going missing, they're going here, you should get there. But we can't directly do that because we need to make communications with the resistance in that area. That way they can kind of be like, yo, here's the way to this place. I think I'm actually going to skip out on the rookies at the moment because I actually want the supplies more. Supplies are going to be a little bit more important. Supplies is basically the equivalent of how much money you have. So now we made the gym. Now we can train people in the gym so they can do specific things that we definitely want them to do. I'm gonna train. him to be a sharpshooter. Okay, so in this place, like I said, we train people to go into certain classes, and also once we start getting people of higher rank, we start getting bonuses, like we can increase how many people we can bring with us on missions and other small things like that. So, with that being said, we are going to hopefully try to get...
You are too trusting,
Okay.
John. The skirmishers are Advent. Advent is the enemy. The enemy is food.
Try not to bring that up when we meet, Volk.
You take their side after all we've seen these years.
Look, I'm not exactly...
I think the guy he's talking to is a little drunk.
What about you?
Wait and see. Vault out.
Actually think they might show up. Commander, that was Konstantin Volkov.
Constantine? I have no idea what the heck rank that is.
Volk may be a little rough around the edges, but heads one of the resistance groups operating independently from us that we consider a legitimate threat to Advent. Together, they'd make one hell of a fighting force.
Oh, excuse me. Still trying to get over a little bit of a head cold here.
We've made some unlikely progress. Volk's Reapers may have found you, but they weren't acting alone. They were tipped off by a group of Advent defectors known as the Skirmishers. No one's big on working with these guys, knowing where they came from. But you wouldn't be here without their help. Both the Reapers and the Skirmishers have agreed to suspend hostilities provided you serve as the go-between. Trust doesn't come easy between these two,
so basically what's going on here in this particular instance is this is kind of like the DLC content. It is, there's 3 factions that are rebelling against Advent as well, but they kind of like to bicker like brother and sister, basically. So that being the Skirmishers, which are Advent troopers that gain their free will back, and they have things like grappling hooks. There's the Reapers, who are people that kind of like hide out in abandoned cities and live off, like, are like stealthy. And then the last one that we don't really get an actual introduction for, they just kind of appear, are the Templars, and they're basically like psionic Jedi in a sense. Like, they make psionic blades with their mind. Ooh. I want to take a look at this Chad here. Okay, we're gonna fix that. Oop. That's fine. Why is he trying to do shorts set now? No, we're not doing shorts and in the battle skirt like that. It just does not look right. That's all right. Then we're gonna give him just the basic Star Wars blaster, because like I said, all it is basically just a cosmetic difference. It's gonna make the pew pew noises like a Star Wars gun. It's gonna make the shooty effects like a Star Wars gun, but it does basically the same damage as the assault rifle that rookies normally get. Okay, so as I was saying, so there's the three factions. This mission is us basically forcefully meeting, making two of the factions meet, tell them, hey, get your shit together, or no one's gonna live against the aliens. One thing I think I do need to mention. I do apologize if this segment's a little loud. It is not something I can actually change. For some reason, when they made the cutscene, specifically these cutscenes like this, it's a preset thing, so it's one solid motion, like nothing's gonna interrupt it. There's nothing, I can't even change the sound of it. I can't change if there's subtitles for that. Well, actually, I think I can. But, so, like I said, if it's loud, I do apologize. If you can't directly hear what they're saying, other than because, you know, either I'm being loud or the actual music's being loud, / sound effects being loud, I apologize for that as well. So, that being said, these are the Reapers. They are the sneaky boys I told you about. They really like their rifles.
Same holds true for these skirmishes of yours. Your presence already disturbs them. We must move quickly. My people will take care of this camp. Come.
Uploading the coordinates to the rendezvous point now.
Yeah, love the contrast of like the normal in-game volume and then cutscene. Ooh.
His death squads wiped out entire camps of my people in the first years of the war. You would dare do this?
Pretty sure hands are bloody on both sides of this fight. That's the whole point of
So,
this intervention. Reapers are born in the shadow.
one of the mechanics of the Reapers, like I said, is being stealthy. So, in order to do that, they have like a special concealment, which is called Shadow. So, instead of being automatically unconcealed upon shooting or being found, they have, like, obviously this little icon that's a Reaper, and there's going to be like a little semicircle that's like a percentage, and it has a percentage. You have basically a percentage to being caught. But the more actions you do, because it goes off every time you do an action, a major action, I should say. Anytime you do a major action, it'll trigger that. But the more actions you do, the bigger chance you have of losing your concealment. So I'm not entirely sure why I started with trying to be really slow, steady. Because this is not a mission that we need stealth for. Well, stealth in the sense of, like, baby crawling our way in, basically. So, the enemies in this area, the main area enemies, are what's called the... it's either the Husk or the Forsaken. I think it's the Forsaken. So they're the people who got stuck in these cities when they dropped, like, radiation bombs here. And because of that, they turned into mindless zombies. And they love to, like, follow sounds. Apparently not enough of, like, gunshot sounds, but like, if I set off an explosion, like, a bunch of these guys are gonna show up. Yeah, see, so, like, that's the second time it did that, and I lost my concealment because of it. The other thing that Reapers can do is usually once, sometimes twice, depending on how far along the chain you go on their skill tree, you can reconceal yourself like once or even twice per mission, depending on, again, the level of skill that they have. So basically, how high level they are. The Lost, that's what they're called. Oh, yeah. That hit? Hit. Sometimes, like, the animations, like, they'll, like, aim in a completely different direction than the actual enemy, but it'll still be like, oh, you hit perfectly and killed them. Like, what? So, we're actually gonna reload here. So we're gonna move Cody up a bit. Yeah, just trying to imagine just like in a single like moment, like a single moment, just these dropping in and just making a city a ghost town. It's just an interesting thing to think about. Oh, there's more of them. Yeah, I'm not entirely sure why you take pride in that. I loaded these bullets myself. I'm like, okay. Do you want to imply that people, like, is that something to actually be proud of? I took the time to be responsible and load my own weapons.
An entire city of our own people left to turn into these things.
Yes. All we can offer them now is a
Oop, I accidentally procced another group there. We're just gonna go one after another here.
What did you expect? Ready to engage. I'm out of firepower over here.
Volk says I am to obey.
Okay, so we're gonna move up here, and we're just gonna go to town. So one of the mechanics with the Lost here is to make up for the fact that they are fast, and if you set off a grenade or an explosion, they'll come running like crazy. Like more of them will show up. Then the offhand is if you kill them, it gives you a free full action back. So you could just keep going back to back with these things. Oh, hey. Hi. There's a few of you in there. I don't know why that didn't proc earlier, unless they just walked into there.
These creatures are worse even than Advent. They have no cause, no fear. They simply exist. If we do not defeat the aliens soon, we will become little more than they are.
Extraction point is close, but looks like these things don't want to make it easy for you.
We will make it your pet Advent in time. I go where you tell me.
So we're just gonna fall back a little, because ultimately for this mission, the reason that we're doing things like this is, we had to make two-man groups, one for each faction. So each of them has to get to an extraction point here. So this is going to be our meeting point.
Looking forward to this meeting already.
Biological readings in your general area are clear. No more creatures on approach.
For now.
Then let's not linger here. Head to the
Alright, as I said, there's nobody left here for now, so we're gonna try to not cause an explosion, which sometimes can just straight up happen randomly.
Grouping into a singular mass. One closing in on this position.
A swarm. We must push forward before it arrives.
You should have a clear path through now.
So like sometimes like when you shoot things, like because of the way the ragdoll happens, like the bullet will actually hit like a car or something, and that will cause the car to catch fire, and after a turn or two, sometimes two, it will just explode. So again, another pre-rendered cutscene, so I do apologize for the sound.
Like trouble ahead. The rendezvous could be compromised. Stay focused. Bigger problem here. Guessing that's our man.
I just, okay. So that is the... He's not exactly the leader of the skirmishers, because each faction has the leader, and then they have, I guess you could call it their ace. Praeton Mox is the ace for the skirmishers. Yeah, that I believe is the actual leader. So like I said, their one of two main gimmick. Everyone has two main gimmicks. The Reapers have stealth and stealth. The skirmishers have Batman grappling hooks and basically a standard firearm that, because it's a bullpup, they like to shoot rapidly and in different parts of a turn. Oh, that's not what I wanted to do. We're just gonna go right back to our last spot here, because I did not mean to actually... I hit the wrong button there. Why is he standing weird now? Okay. So, like I said, Batman hook. we're gonna sit there.
I remember seeing these things before.
You were not meant to. Purifiers were created with a singular purpose, to contain the Drop 10, the Lost. We must eliminate this patrol quickly before others arrive.
Okay. Try to not throw another grenade. So these guys, as they kind of alluded to a little bit, they are flamethrower units. They are not normally seen in the public eye because the only reason they even exist is to get rid of the Lost. That's another interesting thing to note with those guys is there's a very random chance that they can explode. And being that they're supposed to take care of the Lost, that's bad. Because that just means more Lost will show up. We're just gotta take that pot shot.
Target eliminated. The patrol has been liberated. May their lives not be lost in vain. We must push forward and complete our mission.
Ew, that pre-rendered cutscene is... Man, where did the quality go?
Patrol is an army.
Yes, one we do not have time to face.
Everyone, get back!
Here, just let me take care of this army by blowing up one guy. Well,
Fires may be down, but unfortunately, that was our extraction point.
I fear that is not the worst of it. Multiple biological signatures rapidly on approach to your position.
love how, like, I had 2 explosions happen before. Nothing. Giant pre-scripted cutscene explosion. Everyone comes.
Find an alternate exit. We will deal with the Lost. Draklar, Dashers. They are not as docile as the rest of their kind.
An apt description. It would seem the mutation has somehow accelerated these Dashers' metabolism, allowing enhanced capability with a
Ooh.
corresponding increase in aggression.
I am watching.
Double time.
The one thing that kind of does suck a little bit is you can only deal with the Lost effectively by doing the chain headshots and stuff. So, like, you can't, if they group together, you can't just...
Reverberated throughout most of the city. I would expect a significant
Oop,
reaction
what was I?
from the Lost.
The only reaction I will accept from them is their deaths. Find us that exit.
Hostile terminated.
So the only way to do, because if they're grouped together, you can't just use a grenade because it just makes more of them occur.
Hostile target down. Hostile terminated. Heading out. Gonna need to reload soon.
Their casualties grow. Reinitializing weapons. I have no more ammunition. your time. Understood. Holding position.
Oh, he can't even see him because there's a giant pillar. That's balls. And he can't see them because there's a pillar.
Let's move already.
Hmm.
Yes. You see that? Let's do this.
Sounds like the Lost are getting a lot closer to our position, Commander. Prepare for more incoming. These Lost seem to be pretty sensitive to noise. The sounds of combat are likely to draw even more of them.
Think we've got something here. Just need another minute. You have your minute.
So we're gonna move him here.
Affirmative. Covering now. Yes, Commander. Reloading ammunition. On the move. Ready to engage.
That's a lot of them. And you missed.
Target still up.
Found a new route that should get you to the rendezvous point safely. The Lost are still converging on the area, so make it fast.
That will not be a problem.
Yeah, but right now it's kind of a problem. That is a loud rifle. And also it comes from the entire screen? Question mark?
How many is that now? Who's keeping score?
Not him. Him.
You see that?
Now him.
Moving to position.
Okay.
X-ray neutralized. Target eliminated. My ammo's running low. Hostile target down. I'm ready. Represent me. Can't engage. I go. We take from the elder stock. Tired of waiting around. Rock and roll. No need to ask twice. Moving. I await their approach. Got it. Running.
So, did I get rid of the last group there?
Far. Moving out. Moving out. Moving there.
Okay.
I know this wasn't.
That depends on the Reapers.
Now it's going to do a loading screen, and then everybody's going to meet.
Rendezvous point directly ahead. Let's try and play nice today, people.
So, Advent's most brutal captain
There should be
comes to
despair out there.
atone for his crimes.
I am no longer that being. I am free now.
Taking off that helmet does not change what you are. Reapers have long memories. Elder Cruxard. Anytime.
The way I see it, we have two options. Join forces and kick the Elders off our world, or kill each other here and now. The choice is yours.
No one has ever done that before. No one shall ever do that again.
What the hell is that?
Vox Prima, Elder Assassin, relentless death that stalks my kind. Butcher of free Advent.
My people face another like her. They are the undying, Advent's curse upon us. We must combine strength if we are to have any chance of success.
You are welcome to try.
So, this is, like I said, because this is all part of the expansion, this is part of the War of the Chosen. That thing is one of the Chosen. The Chosen by the elders of the elders of the aliens.
Sure thing. Scanning.
Moving out. Darkness is my domain. Reapers are always vigilant.
So this one is the Elder's assassin, as they pointed out. Even though I'm setting up the Overwatch on everybody, she's basically immune to it for the most part. There are some exceptions, but like because she turns invisible, she can just appear right in front of you.
Fresh targets.
So many have already fallen.
Easy to trade from high ground. Okay. Yeah, like I said, so Shadow Step, she does not trigger Overwatch. If I miss shots on her, she gets shield. They're nasty. The kicker though is even if I kill her in this mission right now, she'll be in another one because until much later, they're basically immortal.
I will reposition.
So what I generally like to do, because I'm not sure if it's the same on PC or not, but whenever I would play this game on my Switch, or my on my PS4 and my Switch. I have it on both, that's right. She favored more trying to just get up close and personal rather than using the gun that she has on her back. Like most times she just acts like it doesn't exist. Okay, that sounds like Advent. Chosen action. As I said before, she doesn't trigger.
We lost the VIP. It's time to go.
In another time and place. This one, long fulfilling life, Commander. Does that weigh heavy on your conscience?
Yeah, we're just gonna reload that because him getting one-shotted is kind of just a straight game over. Okay, so turn. We're gonna actually leave her here. Have him move up. Just generally try to have people a little bit in a better range here.
As you command. Attacking on sight.
Let's have some fun. Take aim.
And then Sean, you are going to heal this motherfucker before he gets one-shotted again.
The invaders move.
Oh, she's just... Ooh. So he's dazed, which means if I don't do anything at the moment, she's going to attempt to kidnap him. Which turns into a mission on its own to try to save him.
It looks like the Chosen knocked one of our soldiers into a daze. We need to get someone over there to help them get back on their feet before that thing can move in and attack. What am I doing here?
Oh no, I ran up and touched a guy. Poof! All your stealth is gone.
Soon our prey will fall.
I'm not used to playing this on PC, so I tend to hit the wrong button on accident.
It looks like the Chosen knocked one of our soldiers into a daze. We need to get someone over there to help them get back on their feet before that thing can move in and attack.
We're gonna have Praeton go in this time.
I will help.
Wakey wakey.
I admire your attempts at loyalty, as futile as they might be.
Let's move fast. Defensive position.
Your order. Moving to Overwatch.
Again,
On my way.
like because of Shadow Step, the Overwatch is kind of redundant, but in case it's more so just in case other enemies appear.
I go where I'm needed.
Let's see. I think she jumped down right around there.
I'll leave this here.
So since he was dazed, he basically moves at half speed. Yeah, that.
Your soldiers won't die today, Commander, but they die with honor.
I think Praeton's gonna have to be the one that gets her out of that. And then she goes, oh wait, you're next to me. I can't be invisible now. Ooh, that's a good hit.
That will not be enough to stop me.
I'm on it.
I had not expected this conflict to be so exhilarating. You surprise me, XCOM. Still, the Elder's will is that none survive this day. I cannot leave that to Potter.
Sonic dispersal waves emitting from that bomb, crisscrossing a massive area.
Meaning that thing just rang the dinner bell for every remaining lost in the city.
An accurate assessment. The entire lost biomass seems to be converging on this position.
Then let's get you all the hell out of there. Firebrand's en route to the evac coordinates now. Get moving.
I will reposition.
I can't remember if that means... Yeah, I did defeat... Okay, so she did run away. So we're done with the Chosen for now. Normally, it'll be like... trying to think of the word. Normally, it'll be more so... like, we actually drop her health below 0, but she will still... like, teleport away and then revive. But anytime you do drop her health below 0, you won't see her for the rest of the mission. She'll just be in another mission. And she's gonna get whacked.
Initial analysis of these creatures' movement patterns reveals an almost coordinated attack strategy. Perhaps they're not the mindless automatons they initially appeared to be. An intriguing, not horrific possibility.
Sean, just pick a guy, shoot a guy, and just keep going. Oh, I had another shot in there.
That's how it's done. I'm ready. No rounds. Go, go, go. I advance.
Like we drilled, go!
Bye. And bye.
You want some more? Let's do this!
My life is in your hands. No one will cross.
Oh, they just pointed out my method of escape here. Boof. Oh, there's a lot of those there.
How many of these creatures can still be in this city?
Advent has been sending purifier squads into these cities for years, yet somehow the lost survive, even thrive. We do not know why.
Say from the sounds of it, it just sounds like the Purifiers just suck at their job. Goodbye. Goodbye. And goodbye? Goodbye. Yeah.
Moving is ordered. I'll keep an eye on it.
It's like the Lost Swarm appears. They've been there. You missed? Why did you miss?
I did not exist when this city stood whole. Still, I feel revulsion at what happened to this place, to these people.
I believe you.
Okay, let's get ready for some fun. Greg's probably gonna level up here.
Let's have some fun. Rolling out.
Moving out.
Just everyone gang up in the middle of a hallway.
Moving far.
I think once I get done with this mission that I'll probably be done for today, because I am still feeling a little under the weather.
If they are all like you, that is a likely possibility.
Overwatch. Let's do this.
Let's do this.
Moving to Overwatch.
I go as ordered. No trespassers.
Let's go. Absolutely.
Got it covered.
I will go. My watch begins.
You didn't even try to aim. She did, though. Sean's having a rough day.
Yeah, I didn't get it. Hostile target down.
Detecting additional lost converging near the evacuation coordinates. I advise caution. It would seem the lost are on to our strategy.
It is the Elder's will that this alliance fall. It will take more than near lost for that to happen.
Okay, I think we're gonna get it this turn here.
Here I come. Got it covered. Come get some. A long run. The entire swarm converges upon us. We cannot hold this position much longer.
Outrider to Avenger, where the hell's our exit? This is as low as I can get her.
No! I do not intend to die this day. I will follow. Foxtrot 410.
Time to return home, traitor.
It looks like we'll be getting some help from these new factions. I'd love to check out some of their weapons and equipment if we have time.
We may have chosen a different means of resistance, but our people fight for the same reason, for the world we once knew. Together we will end this occupation, or die trying.
The Resistance factions take a more flexible approach to training than traditional soldiers, and can often learn multiple new abilities with each promotion. They will adapt to follow your choices, Commander.
Okay, so he's a ranger.
The forces of Advent have taken many captives in their time, and they are not nearly as I am.
The Resistance factions can help us locate our captive soldier. Action alongside them.
Thank you for sending additional support staff to assist me, Commander. I will make sure they are put to good use.
We've had our suspicions, but before now we've never had the resources to investigate.
I think this guy's earned his helmet.
Advent facilities built up outside the city centers. Now that we've gotten word of this black site, I have to admit, I'm worried about what we might find. They could be doing anything in there.
Could. None of those loaded in. I think we'll keep the... let him keep the color scheme there. Heck yeah, let's get that squash size up. And also that... oh dear lord, that... the thing... why is that still on him? Why are they still on them? Oh no. Alright. So yeah, like I said, I think we're going to call it there for today. We'll get a manual save there. And yeah, like I said, we'll stream on Friday on our normal times at 7 p.m. We'll pick back up with Jedi Fallen Order. In the meantime, I hope everyone has a great day. If you wanted to access any of my other content, you're more than welcome to, either live here at Twitch, or you can hit up my YouTube channel, which is up on the description below. It should be there. It's also the same name as my channel, so it should be fairly easy to access. And then you can follow me up on Twitter and all that other stuff. In the meantime, have yourselves a great day, everyone, and see you next time.